Boston's First Night Festival of the Arts annually showcases the work of 1,000 artists in 200 performances and exhibits in 35 venues throughout the downtown area on New Year's Eve. This signature Boston event is the oldest and largest of its kind in North America, typically attracting about 1 million people. In addition to a broad range of music, dance, theater, visual art, and film programs offered, First Night's traditional activities include a family festival, a grand procession, colossal ice sculptures, and a spectacular midnight fireworks. Joining me now once again with her annual preview is Geri Guardino, Executive Director of First Night Boston, first and still champion among the First Night Art Festivals. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Chris.
Alrighty, this is always such an exciting year, whether you look at it as finishing the year with the arts bang or beginning it with a bang. First of all, let's talk about the First Night button here that we can. Where can people get them, and what do you advise? I mean, people, they're flying out the door here. And
okay, well, we've got lots of buttons, so nobody should have a problem getting them. Our major outlets are Shaw's Supermarket, Tedeschi Food Shops, Au Bon Pain, and JP Licks this year.
And we should mention that the artist who did this is Maria Termini.
Maria Termini, who's just wonderful. And
she did the frame around the Josiah Quincy School in Chinatown, didn't she?
Yes, and she's got work everywhere, the Decordova. And
yes, she's a fabulous, really community-minded person. Okay, let's talk about the, for many people, this First Night event has to do, you know, is one of the richest gifts, let's just say, of it, is the family festival and then the procession. Do you want to say about why it's so convenient to bring your kids to this one?
Okay, the FedEx Family Festival is at the Heinz Convention Center. So in a way, it's like one-stop shopping for families. It starts at 1 p.m. and goes till 5:30 p.m. on December 31st. And it's really a festival where kids can participate in direct activities like making origami or hats and noisemakers to cheer on the grand procession, or watch a big stage show. This year we've got a classical music program for kids. It's a History of Brass by the Landmarks Orchestra and a youth choir by Handel and Haydn. All
right, then comes the most parades are military in nature, and your grand procession, besides having sort of indescribable creatures, or things, is very peace-oriented and bringing together your neighborhood network.
Yes,
right?
The Panorama Grand Procession kicks off at 5:30 p.m. right outside the Heinz Convention Center and goes down to the parade ground on the Boston Common. What's great about it is it is about Boston. It features all the young people and different artists and marching bands, baton twirlers, stilt walkers in our neighborhood network program. So that in the weeks ahead and months, we send artists out to about 35 community centers and they create those beautiful giant puppets.
Yeah, they really can feel that all the neighborhoods have contributed something to this.
Directly.
Now, the idea First Night, which I don't have to tell you about, is that people will sample genres of artwork in spaces in Boston where maybe they have never ventured before, maybe a church or a facility. And I understand you're broadening that now to include windows and other things. So tell us what's new and what's...
Okay, the windows projects. This year we're going to be using some windows on Boylston Street. I'll give you an example. In Lord & Taylor, we'll feature the inflatable sculptures by Pat Olesko, a well-known sculptor. And also we have some of Bill Wainwright, who passed away last August. We're going to feature some of his works, his beautiful whimsical sculptures in the Talbot's windows. So that's something new.
So Newbury Street is becoming...
No, not Newbury, Boylston Street.
Boylston, sorry, yeah.
Okay, we're also going to be doing the, activating Boylston Plaza at the shops at Prudential Center. We're going to be doing a light installation there by John Powell, and we'll also be doing an ice sculpture there by Don Chappelle.
All right. One of the things we got to get to as time rushes by here is you have some really hip musical guests that, we really want to showcase. So if people think this is stodgy, they're completely wrong because so tell us about who...
So we've got a real hub of activity up in the Fenway Cultural District. So if people want to run around and see, jump from performance to performance, they might want to do that. In the Berkeley Performance Center with WGBH in Berkeley, we're putting on John Scofield, the great jazz guitarist.
Wonderful.
At Jordan Hall at the New England Conservatory, we're doing blues singer Lee Fields and then Magnetic Fields.
Wow.
Okay, alternative rock at Symphony Hall. So it's very exciting.
Right, and you're making sure that you're getting a younger demographic.
We are.
I mean, you have the family demographic over at the Heinz Center, but down in the Fenway and stuff, you're doing that. Now, there are just so many different kinds of, you have traditional music, you have, there's just too many things really to mention, but do you still think it's a good idea for people to go to your website and use your tools to plan?
Absolutely. They can go to our website and really plan their evening. And there are a lot of people that come to first night, but the lines really, we have not had problems. And people have their button and, might be waiting outside for a few minutes, but a lot of room in Symphony Hall in Berkeley. And
yes, it's
there is. And I mean, it's a wonderful place to be able to go for $18 to get
yes,
in.
It's just an incredible bargain for that there. Now, it all culminates in, if people can stay up that late from zipping around town, with the big fireworks display.
Yes, those are the Log Me In midnight fireworks over the Boston Harbor. And also, Karmaloop is sponsoring the countdown in Copley Square this year, which is also going to be a lot of fun. So you got two places. You can go down to the harbor for a countdown, for the Log Me In fireworks, or the Karmaloop countdown with WBZ TV in Copley. So,
all right, so what is your website where people should go and to be updated? Do you have people tweet people about what changes, because there's always last minute
and the website
extras and
absolutely. And so we use social media for that, but also we'll have the website will be updated.
And what's the website address?
And it's firstnight.org, O-R-G.
Okay, wonderful. It's very simple. Everybody should be turning out for this, and you've made arrangements to make sure the
weather's going to be beautiful.
All right. Thank you so much, Geri.
Chris.
Thank you for working on this. So, Happy New Year.
Happy holidays and Happy New Year.